That strikeout started the string of 7 strikeouts in a row to 2025. As Zeal makes a move towards first, but Gladney is back safely. He was the MVP of the 2025 Mexican League season. That led to his signing with the Yankees organization. Here he is again. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 8 tonight for Gage Zeal.
That now ties his career record with 8 strikeouts. 7 of those were in a row, just straight 7 strikeouts.
It's so interesting also to see Zeal because his numbers are either 1 strikeout, 2 strikeouts on a night, or 7 or 8 strikeouts. As he delivers a first pitch strike to Kobe Morales, called on the inside half.
We talked about 7 in a row. That ends up being just 1 shy of the of tying the franchise record.
The 0-1. On the ground, broken bat towards second. Alcantara scoops and plays onto first. To retire the side, Gage Zeal is cooking right now, and we're on to the bottom of the 4th on the.
You can own a piece of the minor league game. MILB Auctions lets you bid on game used and autographed bats, balls, jerseys, and more, with items added all season long. Want a piece of the minor league game? Visit MILBauctions.com.
We're repping the Birmingham Black Barons today, and it's really awesome. The uniforms look really cool.
It's awesome. I like the look. The BM kind of pops. So yeah, I like the whole get up. It's a good attire.
We got the Birmingham across the chest. We got the Birmingham Black Barons on the side too, which is, you know, super cool. Just the history of all of it. I think the hats are pretty sweet too. You got the 3 Bs.
This is remembering the people that came before us and what they did for this game and how they improved it.
That one is gone. Jason Morville leaves the yard. This one's along the ground. That'll get through Murph Gray. That'll score 2 runs. Cracked into center field. Runner trying to go for third, and he is in safely. Morville is hit for the cycle. A solo shot in the first, double in the 6th, triple in the 7th, single in the 9th.
Davlin swings, hammered in the air, no doubt shot for Chuck.
That was pretty at 417.
Every financial need will meet you in the moment. KeyBank opens doors.
When the unexpected throws you a curveball, ServPro helps you get back in the game. Serving Maine since 1976, we respond faster to any size disaster. When never thought this would happen, ServPro's got you. Call 1-800-ServPro or visit servpro.com. The Red Sox mascot Wally in attendance tonight had a dance-off with Slugger. You could hear the crowd in the background during the break. You would know that Wally won by a landslide. Marvin Alcantara stands in now to lead off the inning and takes a first pitch strike.
Wally and Slugger, quite the duo, I must say.
I haven't seen Wally live in action yet. Very exciting. The 0-2. On top of it, another swing and miss, and Alcantara is quickly down in the count. He delivered a 2 RBI bases clearing double. His first time at the plate in the 2nd inning. Over 370 feet. That one spiked in the lefty box for ball 1. With that, Ty Baez for the team lead in doubles. Hampton fires. Swing and a miss for strike 3. As Hampton has bounced back from that 5 spot put up by the Sea Dogs in the 2nd inning with now 6 retired in a row. Sea Dogs lead 5-1, 5 runs, 4 hits, no errors. Somerset 1 run, 2 hits, no errors. That run coming off a Garrett Martin solo shot. Here comes Nellie Taylor, first pitch. Checked the swing, but it dropped low. Taylor has worked a lot on his patience at the plate. Recorded an episode of the Sea Dogs podcast earlier today with Taylor and Stanley Tucker coming out shortly. The 1-0. Called strike. And it's 1-2 now for Taylor. He said the biggest difference in his attitude at the plate has been he's not trying to put every ball out of the park. That's unrealistic. And that's a called strike 2. Excuse me, now it's 1-2. Very high strikeout numbers from Taylor early on in the season. Still does have the most strikeouts on the team, but also the second most walks. The 1-2. Hammer down the right field line, but foul right over the tarp. He's also added a small step for timing purposes. That one's bounced in the dirt in front of the plate to even up the count at 2-2. The pitch misses inside, and this is what Nellie Taylor does now. Despite being on a 2-strike count, he remains patient. He said it's all about trusting your instincts. There's no time to read the ball once it's out of the pitcher's hand. The payoff. Another foul ball first base side. We'll do it again. So it's partially a guessing game, partially letting your hands just do the work. And also doing a lot of research on the pitcher to know who you're facing and what their pitches look like coming out of his hand. Hampton fires. Liner to right field, a base hit for Nellie Taylor. For a 1-out single. Took the cutter left over the center of the plate, pushed it to the opposite field through the gap, splitting first and second. And there's one on base for Stanley Tucker, who's already doubled off the wall today. Tucker batting over .455 in his short time with the Sea Dogs, batting .500 actually, as he takes a first pitch strike and grounds a foul left side. Now it's just game 5, but he's 6 for 12 in those 5 games, with 3 doubles, a home run, a walk-off, a multi-hit game. It's been very impressive to watch his outbreak here at the AA level. Taylor, a solid lead at first. He goes. Tucker grounds it to third base. Back on it, Morales bounces it to first. And it skips in there to get Tucker out. Not sure if that was a designed hit and run or if Tucker saw Taylor going for it and tried to help him out. He definitely did. That had it been a hit and run, Taylor, I would say probably still would have been safe at second because that ball, Morales had to wait back on it. It wasn't moving too quickly, but it does advance the runner, and there's Taylor in scoring position for Abram Liendo, who has smashed a home run over the monster already today. Hampton working from the stretch. First pitch. High and inside, misses with the curveball. The pitch. Swing and a miss for Liendo. 77-mile-an-hour sweeper. The 1-1 flared back into the net. Nellie Taylor might have been off with that pitch as well. Leendo is down 1-2 with 2 outs and a runner on second. That hit from Nellie Taylor was the first for the Sea Dogs in their last 7 straight at-bats as Leendo calls time. Top of the order, and Franklin Arias on deck if it gets there. The 1-2. Golf to the shallow infield. Hampton calls everyone off, doesn't even leave the mound. That's the 3rd out of the inning. We'll stay at 5-1 on to the top of the 5th on the Sea Dogs.
I'm Jonathan Mayo, and for more than 20 years, I've traced the path of baseball's rising stars, navigating the back roads of the national pastime and basking in the glow of small-town America's spirit, where the team is woven into the fabric of everyday life, where it's more than just a game. It's a celebration of the people, the traditions, and the culture that give these places their soul. This is Grassroots.
1-1. It's a fly ball, shallow left field. Miller back, Sawinski into a dive. It pops out of his glove. No, it was caught. Now a throw to first in time. Oh my! It got hit up in the air by Sawinski. Miller caught it, and they throw to first for a double play. The most improbable double play of the season.
The people are welcoming, they're loving, they're caring. So if you're looking for a familial feel, definitely Asheville.
It's Asheville. That's all you gotta say.
They're excited to be back and back on their feet, so it's been awesome to see the rebuild.
Winning or losing, like everybody's there having a good time rooting us on, so I've always enjoyed that the whole year.
You play here at the tourist park and you feel like you're back in the old days playing real baseball.
Nestled right into the mountains there.
That's right on a cliff.
Sales. We really do work harder for your business.
Moving off to Somerset, the catcher number 4, Thomas Frick.
Get to your local Verizon store today to check out the best value guarantee for new and existing customers. You can lock in a low price for 3 years on mobile and home internet plans only on Verizon. Additional terms apply. See store for details. First pitch delivered to Thomas Frick. Misses for ball 1. Brooks Brennan sub into the game at first base. Takes out big leaguer Romy Gonzalez. The 1-0. Pulled it wide. And it's quickly 2 balls, no strikes to Frick. Couple of at-bats and the day is done for Gonzalez, the 2-0. That's into the zone, top half. Just clips that outside corner with the fastball. Down the middle of the plate, strike 2. The count evens up quickly after falling behind. He's back in the game. The 2-2. Flared foul and out of play. Sea Dogs infield playing straight up against Frick. Very recently joined the Patriots. Does not have a hit this season with the Patriots yet. There's another 2-2 foul back into the net. Frick began the season on Somerset's 7-day injured list, was transferred to the 60-day injured list on May 2nd, and was reinstated on June 11th. Another 2-2, liner into center field, and there's his first hit of the season. It's a leadoff single for the Patriots. Thomas Frick on first as Miguel Palma comes to the plate. First pitch to Palma is a swing and miss, strike one. Frick with a small lead on first. Zeal working from the stretch now, the 0-1. Misses at the top of the zone. Emma and I have talked about Gage Zeal's consistency. His last 4 outings in a row, hasn't given up more than 2 runs. That's been the case for 7 of his 10. That one is skied foul, right side out of play. And it falls into the first row of seats.
Well, and with Zeal's 7 strikeouts in a row, 1 shy of a franchise record. That franchise record set on May 11th, 2007 against Binghamton, and that record is held by Clay Buchholz. So I would say that Zeal is in some pretty good company among the names like Clay Buchholz.
And there's another one. Strikeout number 9 on the night, called at the bottom of the zone with the changeup. That one has been deadly tonight for Somerset.
Second baseman number 6, Connor.
1 gone and 1 on base for Connor McGinnis. First pitch. Misses inside. McGinnis 0 for 1 today with a strikeout swinging. Infield shifted a little bit to the right and pulled in at the corners as Zeal paints the outside corner with another changeup at 92. Ball 2 inside. Gage Zeal, a top 30 prospect entering the season in the Red Sox organization. It's not the velocity for him that makes him a standout pitcher, as he misses wide, and it's 3-1 for Connor McGinnis. The movement on these pitches, the location of these pitches, we haven't seen him pass 92 miles an hour. The pitch, chopped towards short. Arias backhands. The only play is on to first, and Brandon makes the stretch for the second out of the inning. Thomas Frick was off with the pitch, which is why he made it in time, and Arias could not turn the inning-ending double play. 6-3 ground out brings up the shortstop Owen Cobb out of Seattle, Washington. It was a busy day in Seattle today. The U.S. men's national team took down Australia 2-0 in the World Cup as he sends the first pitch liner to the right center gap. It splits the difference between right and center field. He's already rounding second into third. 1 run has scored, and the throw is not in time. Owen Cobb triples, and it's 5-2. Somerset scores a run.
Good job just taking advantage of that leadoff base runner and obviously having some trouble against Gage Zeal. So every runner is precious, but especially in that leadoff spot.
And out of the dugout is acting manager Kyle Sasela. That means the day will be done for Gage Zeal. Not seeing anyone come out yet. So Zeal actually might.
He's going to stay in.
Not be done.
No motion from Kyle Sasela to the dugout. So not quite sure what was said, but it was short, sweet. We'll see if it does the job here.
It's really rare to see Sasela come out of the dugout and not pull a pitcher.
We saw that with former manager, now third base coach for the Red Sox, Chad Epperson, quite a bit. And that typically was in later innings in ball games, and it was just something to kind of settle down the defense a little bit, but I think that is the first time we've seen Kyle do that.
First pitch to Castillo, top of the order, wrapped foul up the first base line. 2 outs and a runner on third. Sea Dogs lead 5-2 after that RBI triple from Owen Cobb. The 0-1 misses low. Castillo 0 for 2 today, a fly out to center field and a strikeout swinging. 1 of 9, a new, I believe, career high, Emma, for Gage Zeal. The 1-1. Another foul ball, high and out of play, left side, onto the roof of the Sea Dogs clubhouse as Castillo is down in the count, 1-2.
Zeal had trouble getting more than 8 strikeouts. He had recorded 8 strikeouts and 3 outings in his professional career, but not until tonight has he recorded 9.
The 1-2. Foul ball, out of play behind the batter and into the stands. He had a really good another really solid outing against Somerset earlier in the season on April 28th. Went 7 innings in that one. Allowed just 5 hits, 2 runs. The 1-2 misses outside.
And he's at 75 pitches right now, and in that Somerset outing, he threw 78. His season high is 90, so he can go a little bit longer, but not too much.
The 2-2. Liner towards short, and Arias comes in on it. For the final out of the inning, Sea Dogs strand a runner at third.
Here for the Fred Nats late. And he cranks this one to right field, falling fast. It's down for a base hit, and it gets by Sanchez. 1 bag for Willits. 2 bags. Here he comes for 3. He's getting waved around third. Relay to the plate is past the catcher Ortega. Eli Willits circles the bases and gets the Fred Nats within 1 here in the 7th.
And he began the season with 1 earned run in 13 innings as Aloy lifts that one in the deep left center. That one's at the wall, and the Keys go back-to-back to open the night. 1-2 to Aloy. Fly ball deep left center. That one is not coming back. Kiss it goodbye. Goes tight Kennedy Hayes, the 3-1. A fly ball left center. It's at the wall. That ball is off the second level and gone.
You could describe Tulsa as a big, small town or a small, big city.
Tulsa is a very mixed city of arts and film and sports. I mean, it's a true melting pot of all kinds of things.
Professional baseball in Tulsa, it's actually older than the state of Oklahoma.
It's nice to play in front of, fans that you see on a daily basis.
Quit like a Mainer. Enroll online at MaineQuitLink.com or call 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
Bottom of the 5th, top of the order. Franklin Arias leads off for the Sea Dogs, leading 5-2 over the Somerset Patriots. Portland scored all 5 of those runs in the 2nd inning. Grounder towards short, off the chest of Cobb, but he still throws on to first in time. That's the 3rd ground out of the day for Franklin Arias. So that's 1 quick out here in the 5th. And instead of Romy Gonzalez into the game is Brooks Brannon.
We've got a big Brooks Brannon fan just right ahead of us in the booth here.
First pitch called strike, bottom of the zone.
He's getting this whole section hyped for Brooks, saying that this is my guy. As soon as he came in defensively, big Brooks Brannon fan.
The 0-1 misses outside. Brannon, another guy who, despite his power, has also shown a lot of patience at the plate, has over 20 walks on the season, second on the team with 32 RBI. The 1-1. Pulled wide again. And it's 2 balls and a strike to the first baseman, which is where Brandon has almost exclusively played first and designated hitter. The 2-1 off the end of his bat to even up the count at 2-2. Though listed as a catcher on the roster, he's made some impressive and athletic plays over at first. We've seen him multiple times go into full splits, use the max of his verticality by leaping up to make some impressive grabs. The 2-2 back into the netting towards us, and the count will stay the same.
I think that Brooks is a good example of the development of minor league baseball, and it's, yes, we're coming up in just the first half of the season, but to think of Brooks when he first started at first base this season to where he is at now, it's huge.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. That sweeper from Chase Hampton today has been his best pitch when he's locating. That one's 77 miles an hour. Two gone, bases empty for Nate Baez as Portland leads 5-2. And Baez sends it a mile high into the air, shallow left field. Sprinting in, Castillo makes the catch on the run. Sea Dogs are retired in order. They'll take their 5.
Kertner comes set, the 2-2. Hit back into center field. It drops in front of Camden Troyer, and he misplays it. It bounces over his glove. 1 scores for Bowling Green. Home comes 2. And all the way from first, Theo Gillen scores. Getting the wave around third, Bodine. Kent's throw from short is not in time.
Wow. I mean, it was in time.
I remember the first series I had, the first home run I hit was a grand slam against Seattle, which was the team that I had played for the year before. As we know, Cleveland can get a little cold, so I would wear the dark blue long sleeves. And for some reason, this jersey, I always liked my jersey a little longer. The reasons for it, for a little padding, so when I would slide, I wouldn't get all patched up and roughed up.
Driven in the air to right, back Turley at the track, see ya! High in the air to center, Gadez back at the track, off the wall. It takes a big ricochet back into center field. Dix is hustling for home. Here comes the relay, he's safe! And inside the park, home run!
Lighthouse Credit Union, for those who keep the lights on.
Pitching change for the Sea Dogs, now pitching number 32.
Our friends at Northeast Credit Union are celebrating Kind Kids. NECU seeking nominations from kids age 17 and younger who consistently demonstrate compassion and kindness towards others. For complete details or to make a nomination, visit thelyc.com/nicecatch. Garrett Martin, responsible for one of the 2 Somerset runs today via a dead center field home run in the first inning, faces off against a new pitcher into the game. It's Max Carlson for the Sea Dogs, making his 19th appearance of the season. First pitch, Martin grounds it towards third base. Liendo with the backhand. The throw, not in time, skips away from Brannon and actually out of play onto the tarp. And with the ball out of play, Martin, though he was safely going to be at second regardless, will be forced to stop at second.
That was played by Liendo. That was 109 off the bat. Take away the throw. Yes, you have a runner in second now, but you got to give some flowers to Liendo for even stopping that play.
Certainly, if it had gotten up the third baseline, it would have been at least 2 bases, if not more. So the result of the play, you could argue, is not different. It was an impressive backhand. The throw would have needed to be perfect and extremely fast to beat out Martin. It was just that one hopper at the end that got away from Brennan. Talking about his development, Emma, at first base, nearly picked that one out. The beginning of the season in its time at first base. Definitely wouldn't have expected him to pick that out at all. First pitch to Gladney, fouled into the net. Scored as a single and an error by the third baseman. If you had to pick out a low light this week for the Sea Dogs, probably would be the errors. They've had quite a few of them. Though Somerset has had more, so they haven't necessarily hurt Portland as much as they could. That pitch to Gladney misses high. It's 1-1. Carlson rocking back and forth. Inside, nearly hits him. Decent lead from Martin at second. Alcantara holding him on. Swing and a miss for strike two.
That was a great pitch by Carlson. Had a lot of run to the outside part of the plate to the right-hander Gladney. Seemed to float in there at 81.
The 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike three. Strikeout number 1 on the night for Carlson, number 10 for the Dogs as a team.
And you pair that 81-mile-an-hour off-speed that I mentioned outside of the right-hander, fires it in at 94 after that with the fastball. Good change of velocity from Carlson.
Sea Dogs leading 5-2, 1 out with a runner on first. Nick Torres at the plate. 0 for 2, 2 strikeouts today. This ball 1 misses outside. The 1-0, right down the heart of the plate to even up that count. Started to get into Nick Torres's background a little bit earlier in the broadcast. This is his second stint in the minor leagues. Was drafted in 2014 originally, but spent the last 5 years in Mexico, the 1-1 outside. Played for multiple teams in the Mexican League and also the Mexican Winter League, before signing with the Yankees on December 26th of 2025. That's a liner to right field. In on it, Taylor has to leap up, but he makes the grab. Speaking of floating, that ball floated up there a little higher than Taylor was expecting, but his athleticism came through. 2 gone now with the runner on second for Kobe Morales.
A second consecutive week now, the Sea Dogs have actually faced a former Mexican League player. Last week it was Luke Ritter, who signed with the Phillies. The Mexican League is pretty well known. You have the Atlantic League, which is probably one of the top indie ball leagues, but then Mexican League is right there at number 2. I mean, the talent that comes out of there is really, really impressive.
Morales fouls the ball out of play for strike 1. Kobe Morales, on the other hand, early on in his career, drafted in 2023 by the Yankees. As he takes a strike at the bottom of the zone, he's down 1-2. Moved his way up to Somerset in the middle of 2025. Started the year there this year after playing for the Yankees in their spring breakout game. Batted cleanup. The 1-2, runner goes. It's Sky towards shallow left field. Sprinting on it, Arias, shallow outfield, makes the grab. Third out of the inning. Score remains at 5-2. On to the bottom of the 6th on the Sea Dogs Radio Network.
Wow. Old school D-backs jersey. This was our alternate jersey that we wore on Saturdays. I was the first team to wear the new colors. They called it Sedona Red. Don't mess up that color. Every time I wore this jersey, I would wear the high socks, black jersey, black hat. I just thought it was a really smooth look, and this is one that I'll never forget.
Most of the other Saints relievers have appeared.
Brito on 2-2, brings one home, and Bolte stings it to deep right field. Fetco's at the track. He runs out of room. It's gone! Henry Bolte continues his magical pace. His 9th straight at bat, ending in a hit. Is his 3rd home run in the last 2 days.
Tell you what, he is really making a case.
You could describe Tulsa as a big, small town or a small, big city.
Tulsa is a very mixed city of arts and film and sports. I mean, it's a true melting pot of all kinds of things.
Professional baseball in Tulsa, it's actually older than the state of Oklahoma.
It's nice to play in front of, fans that you see on a daily basis.
For 60 minutes. Hurry in.
Bottom of the 6th inning here at Delta Dental Park. 4, 5, and 6 due up for the Sea Dogs. It's Johan Fran Garcia who had the first hit of the day. Today for Portland, it was a single back in the 2nd to extend his active hit streak to 12 games. And he'll face a new pitcher into the game. It's Chase Cheney. First pitch strike. Dealt over the heart of the plate. Cheney out of Lawrenceville, Georgia. He's got the sweeper, the 2-seam fastball, the 4-seam fastball, a cutter slider, and a curveball in his arsenal. Sounds like Gage Zeal as Garcia takes a ball. And that miss is just outside. Infield straight up against the right-hander. As he lays off on a ball outside. Johan Fran Garcia has been on an unreal tear on the offensive end lately. 12-game hit streak, 18 or now 19 straight games on base. As it's fouled back to the right of us.
A lot of competition tonight for a free souvenir.
In June, Garcia batting .458 with 5 doubles, 3 home runs, 11 RBI, the 2-2. That's coming into the day, not even including his hit today and the runs scored.
I think Garcia, he keeps at this clip. He's making a push for himself to be player of the month.
He certainly is, at least through this first half, as the payoff. He's rolled foul up the third base line. Reigning, I should say, Eastern League Player of the Week at the moment last week in Reading. 5 out of the 6 days, he had multi-hit games, had at least 1 hit in all 6 games in the week. Batted a league best .519. The payoff. Called strike 3 at the bottom of the zone, and Garcia knew it the second he watched it fall in.
Garcia, as you pointed out, coming into this game, does have the best batting average in the Eastern League. In the month of June, tied for the most hits. Well, now has the most hits this month in the league with 23.
First pitch to Miguel Blaze is a called strike. Low and outside corner. After that 5 spot in the second, Somerset pitching has bounced back in a big way. They've barely allowed any base runners. Nellie Taylor reached as far as second base in the 4th, but was left there. 1-1 up the third baseline, scooped by Morales. The one hopper to first is in time, and the side Excuse me, not the side. That is the second out of the inning.
The outfielder drives the strike at sixth batter. Marvin Alcantara.
7 Sea Dogs have been retired in order. Here comes Marvin Alcantara, 1 for 2 with a double today. 2 RBI on that double. As it hits some, or maybe goes off the knob of the bat. Ran in at the batter's hands and was ricocheted somewhere, so that is a strike. Unfortunate for Alcantara, who couldn't get out of the way. Shade has fallen across most of the field, but first base still in the sunlight. It's tough for the first baseman to see with the glare from the setting sun. As the 0-1 is a called strike. And Alcantara is quickly down 0-2 with 2 outs and nobody on. Cheney. Called strike 3, bottom of the zone, another curveball mows down the Sea Dogs in order. And we are on to the 7th on the Sea Dogs Radio Network.
Ah, moving day. You've got options. Let United handle the hassle. Simple booking, qualified drivers and equipment, and avoid the hidden costs of moving with the other guys. United Van Lines. Big moves, small moves, all moves. Easy choice.
I'm Jonathan Mayo, and for more than 20 years, I've traced the path of baseball's rising stars, navigating the back roads of the national pastime and basking in the glow of small-town America's spirit, where the team is woven into the fabric of everyday life, where it's more than just a game. It's a celebration of the people, the traditions, and the culture that give these places their soul. This is Grassroots.
The first thing people realize is the history of Montgomery, and that history is real. So while that history is in the past, it also helps us move forward in a positive way.
Just like a lot of other of the 120 minor league teams, the baseball is not what we do, right? The Tampa Bay Rays do a phenomenal job of sending amazing athletes here, and we let them handle the baseball, and we handle everything outside the line.
I remember the first series I had, the first home run I hit was a grand slam against Seattle, which was the team that I had played for the year before, as we know.
Top of the 7th, Sea Dogs lead 5-2 with more on the play-by-play. Here is Emma Tiedemann.
Thank you, Perry. And Max Carlson takes the mound for his second inning of work. Out of the bullpen, had a leadoff single in the 6th inning, but then retired the next 3 batters he faced in order. And he will face 6, 7, and 8 in the lineup with Thomas Frick to lead things off. 3-run lead for the Sea Dogs in front of a packed house here, Delta Dental Park at Hadlock Field. Carlson delivers the first pitch. Let's take a look around the Eastern League. Eastern League scores are brought to you by Rowe Auto Group, where they always work harder to earn your business. Conveniently located just off exit 48 in Westbrook on Center Street in Auburn. There's about every game underway in the Eastern League tonight. We'll save the one that has the most consequences on this one for last. We're going to add some dramatic effect, but right now they're just getting underway, and Binghamton still a scoreless game, obviously, but that's going to be an interesting one. Binghamton with a couple of Major League rehabbers as the 2-0 finds the zone for a called strike. Francisco Lindor highlighting the rehabbers right now at Marabato Stadium in the southern tier of New York. So some good energy probably at Marabato Stadium right now as Lindor on a rehab assignment from the New York Mets. There's Wally. Not on a rehab assignment, obviously, but Wally spending some time with the Section 10 crowd down the first base line, trying to keep Slugger in check as the 3-1 is a called strike and the count goes full. Slugger has wandered onto the first base dugout. Slugger is quite the rogue mascot. He does what Slugger wants to do, and Wally hanging out with some fans while Slugger roams up top the first base dugout. Great to have both Wally and Slugger in attendance today. Here's the 3-2, and it's tapped back to the mound. Carlson comes off, fires over to first, and one away. 1-3 for the putout in the scorebooks tonight, and here comes Palma. It is the top of the second in Akron. Rubber Ducks and Altoona Curve scoreless. Top of the second in Chesapeake, another scoreless game. Flying Squirrels visiting the Bay Sox tonight. And then in Harrisburg, they're in the bottom of the second, but the Senators trailing Erie 4-0. Pitch is grounded foul for strike one to Palma. One out in the top of the seventh. Now it's the bottom of the third in Reading. The Fightins have the 1-0 lead over the Hartford Yard Goats. And Yard Goats would basically clinch with a win tonight for Hartford and a loss by Somerset. This one is grounded foul third base side.
Even if both win, Somerset would still be 2.5 games behind with only 2 games left to play.
Right, so it's really just Hartford
winning in.
Yard Goats, we've seen them get a little bit better and better over the last couple of years, which I think speaks a lot to the Rockies' development. And of course, most of the Yard Goats, it feels like over the last 3 seasons, have already made their major league debut. As the 0-2 pitch is a swing and a miss for strike 3. Second strikeout for Carlson. Here comes Connor McGinnis. So the Rockies' development is paying off with AA success at least. And you usually see that as players move up through the system. And we've seen Greenville with some postseason success the last couple of seasons. Those players are now here in Portland. And then you hope that that just carries with the organization all the way up to the big leagues. And you hear organizations talk and preach about, yes, the minor leagues are for development purposes, but also to get used to winning, to get used to those one-run games going into the ninth and knowing how to grind it out and win. So Hartford trying to grind out a win tonight and clinch that first half Northeast Division championship. And the Richmond Flying Squirrels a week ago clinched the Southwest Division. So those were, well, Richmond the first team in. Hartford just needs to win, and they'll be the second team this season going to the postseason. Here's the 2-1 to McGinnis. Swing and a foul tip for strike 2, and the count evens 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And Richmond, from the beginning of the season, they jumped out to a massive lead in the Southwest Division and have stuck it out since then. They haven't let a team come close in recent games, despite the fact that for much of the first half, a team in second place in the Southwest, or even third or fourth place, would have been leading the Northeast Division. That's just how the cookie crumbles sometimes. The Northeast Division had a lot more losing records than their southern counterparts. Though things have evened out a bit, Hartford would still be the winner.
3-2 swing and a miss, strike 3, and Carlson retires the side in order with a pair of strikeouts. We head to the bottom of the 7th. Portland still up by 3 on the season.
You can own a piece of the minor league game. MILB Auctions lets you bid on game used and autographed bats, balls, jerseys, and more, with items added all season long. Want a piece of the minor league game? Visit MILBauctions.com.
Lovich hits a high fly to right center field. Back goes Burkholder at the wall. It's gone, a home run. He's in as he bids for another one deep to right field. Humphreys back track at the wall. He leaps. It's gone, a home run. Crushed out to left center field and deep towards the gap. Beltran back, Burkholder back. They both look up. Look at that go for the 3rd straight at bat. Jackson Lovich homers out to left center.
Alternate identities are always great because it just adds a new layer.
When you talk about Rochester, our most famous cuisine is the garbage plate. It became so popular that Thursdays are for the plates in Rochester.
The first alternate identity that we had was the Albuquerque green chili cheeseburgers.
So that's what makes minor league baseball great. We have an amazing ability to get in touch with our community.
You could describe Tulsa as a big, small town or a small, big city.
Tulsa is a very mixed city of arts and film and sports. I mean, it's a true melting pot of all kinds of things.
Bottom of the 7th, back in Portland. Great crowd on hand. Wonderful way to start off your weekend if you're around the state of Maine or New Hampshire. Right now, just blue skies, 74 degrees. The wind has settled down. It's just a nice calm breeze blowing out towards right field. That'll be Nellie Taylor to lead things off against Cheney. Sea Dogs with a 3-run lead. It's 5-2 Portland. All 5 of those runs came in the second. Somerset has scored a run here and there, but unable to really keep any sort of offensive momentum against Sea Dogs pitching of Gage Zeal, the starter, and then Max Carlson pitching in relief. That looks like it will be Carlson for a 3rd inning. Everything is quiet in the Sea Dogs bullpen.
Nellie Taylor's the only Sea Dog with a hit since that 2nd inning.
Now bounces one down the right field line. That's another hit for Nellie Taylor. Into the right field corner. Taylor around second. He's sinking 3. Here comes the throw. Not in time. Leadoff triple for Nellie Taylor. 2nd hit of the night. 1st triple of the year.
For a guy with his speed who leads the team in steals, almost shocking he hasn't tripled yet this season. Long overdue. But when you see that kind of ball bouncing down the line towards the deep corner, that's a recipe for a triple with a guy like Taylor in the base paths.
That was fair by about 1.5 feet. Now the infield plays in against Stanley Tucker. Takes the first pitch inside for a called strike.
Stanley Tucker and Nellie Taylor, best friends on this team, drafted together in 2023. And when one does well, so far since Tucker's been here.
Lines it right to the first baseman Torres for out number 1. Taylor stays at 3rd.
I was going to say they have a tendency to kind of back each other up, but that one, unlucky spot for Tucker.
One away now for Abram Liendo at his 4th home run of the season in the 2nd. Send it over the monster. He certainly loves hitting pitches over the monster, it seems like, at a grand slam. The monster as well. First pitch swinging, lines it to center field, dunks in for a base hit. Taylor scores. It's 6-2 Portland. Abram Liendo with a 3 RBI night. And we head back to the top of the batting order with Franklin Arias. Now Arias 0 for 3 with 3 groundouts. Liendo leads off at first. And Arias takes the first pitch, a strike on the outer half with the slider. Liendo at first base, 11 for 15 in stolen base attempts this season. Led the Sea Dogs last year. And now it's Cheney spins, throws to first. And the ball is dropped by Torres.
Abram Liendo, before this season, had no games with 3 RBI in his career. He had 1 in May, 3 in the month of June.
He likes that warmer weather. Here's the 0-1. Chopper hit to the shortstop. Quick throw to second, on to first. And it's not in time. 6-4 with the force out. And Franklin Arias reaches for the first time tonight. Franklin Arias able to beat out the throw. Then he continues for Brooks Brandon. 2 outs and 1 on. The bottom of the 7th. Portland leading by 4. Let's just continue to find ways to score runs here against Somerset. Brandon takes the first pitch for a called strike. Brandon sporting one batting glove. Likes the feel of having the bat on his bare hands. Arias leads off at first. Takes a swing and a miss. On the curveball, low and outside. Brandon quickly down to the count, 0-2.
Just one more quick note on Liendo. Not just the 3 RBI games in the month of June. Tonight he has 3 RBIs. He also has a 4 RBI game and a 5 RBI game, just continuing to set career highs all over the board.
If he could just be a little bit more consistent, batting average has hovered around 200 all year. Could be the breakout year of Auburn Liendo as pitch misses outside. A good block by Thomas Frick in the left-handed batter's box. Prevent Liendo from taking second. More than capable of making pitchers pay for mistakes like that. Oh, broken bat, one hopper to the shortstop, throws to second for the forced out, and the inning comes to a close. But Sea Dogs plate another. We head to the top of the 8th. Portland up by 4 on the Sea Dogs Radio Network, presented by Verizon.
Mainers know what to do.
As there goes the runner, this one hit high into right field and looking up as that one is fair. As this one hit, and that one is gone again. 2-1. This one hit high into right field. Going back at the wall is White Jr. He leaps up, and that is another home run for Eric Hartman. His 3rd of the game.
You can own a piece of the minor league game. MILB Auctions lets you bid on game used and autographed bats, balls, jerseys, and more, with items added all season long. Want a piece of the minor league game? Visit MILBauctions.com.
Well, this is the most famous jersey in baseball, right? The Yankee pinstripes, the interlocking NY, and the Midnight Navy. I was a Yankee fan growing up my whole life, diehard, and became a free agent after 7 years with the Rockies, and I wanted to be a Yankee so bad. Putting this jersey on for a headshot for the first time, it felt different than any other shirt I'd ever put on in my career.
Here for the Fred Nats lead. And he cranks this one to right field, falling fast. It's down for a base hit, and it gets by Sanchez. 1 bag for Willits. 2 bags. Here he comes for 3.
Top of the 8th, back in Portland, Sea Dogs leading 6-2 over the Somerset Patriots. 6,167 fans in attendance for this one at Delta Dental Park and Hadlock Field. Sea Dogs are at home all weekend. It'll be another 6 o'clock start tomorrow night. Batman night at the ballpark. More specialty jerseys on deck for the Sea Dogs, and we'll have some character appearances as well. Fans are encouraged to dress up. Show up at 5:15 for a pregame parade around the warning track for DC characters. And then on Sunday, it is Father's Day. We'll have pregame catch on the field. Watch the game, and then post-game, kids run the bases. Presented by Aquamog. And so plenty of more chances to catch the Sea Dogs this week before they hit the road next week for a 6-game series in Hartford, Connecticut against the Yard Goats. And the game on Tuesday will be the first game of the second half. We'll be able to turn the page on this first half, start anew, and the Sea Dogs are back in playoff contention as of Tuesday.
And it'll be a long time before that one's determined once the second half starts.
Second half seems to fly by. I think sometimes the first half seems a little bit slow to begin because it seems like every day is 40 degrees with a chance of snow showers in Maine. But once it warms up and you're in a good groove, second half flies by, and then all of a sudden you're talking about postseason baseball. I'm looking at the Sea Dogs roster right now. You look at maybe some promotions from Greenville. I would say Portland has a pretty good chance. And then looking at the opponents as well. Seen them through the first half. know what they're up against. That one just misses a little bit low and outside for ball one.
Well, the Sea Dogs' downfall was those colder months at the beginning of the season. They got off to a rough start. They were 7 games back at one point in May and just fought their way back into contention, even led the league at one point in late May.
Cobb lines this one to left field. Tucker charges in and makes the catch.
So if you start that second half of the season the way they've been playing lately, they absolutely have a chance. And some of it is the consistency as well. Only Anthony Ianson has been an added pitcher to the starting rotation. Outside of that, every starter in the Sea Dogs rotation, who now have almost more starting pitchers than they have spots in the rotation, which, you know, can only be a good thing, has been here since opening day.
There's Jackson Castillo in on the left side. When you look at maybe more pitching that could come up with Witherspoon and Greenville, and then you look at possible outfielders like Justin Gonzalez. So there could be reinforcements, because you look at Portland's roster and a lot of guys I would not be surprised to see in Worcester maybe next week or in the next month or so. This one is skied to right field. Taylor loses his hat and makes the catch. 2 down. So with those promotions, obviously a lot has to happen. But, you know, pitching-wise, Hayden Mullins has been here multiple seasons now. Blake Wehunt, another. John Hollabats. I think any of those three we could see move up here sooner rather than later. And honestly, Gage Zeal, these last few starts for him, he has just been nails. You throw this one in there, and it looks like the Red Sox are not short on pitching, especially in that starting rotation, as the first pitch to Martin is a called strike. And you look at the pitching prospects that are now pitching in Boston with like Connolly Early and Peyton Tolley, and Red Sox doing a good job with their pitching development as Martin skies this one to left field. Tucker onto the warning track. He turns, and it is off the wall. Martin around first, jogs into second. He is there standing. Now a triple shy of the cycle. A home run, a single, and now a double. Garrett Martin is just an extra base machine, and is not even in the top 30 of top prospects for the Yankees. He's forcing his way into that conversation with these types of numbers this season, as DJ Gladney climbs in the right-handed batter's box. Martin with that double, that's number 14 on the year, to go along with 21 RBI and 54 doubles in the first half of the season. These are not season-long numbers from April to September. This is just the first half.
21 home runs is absurd.
And you would think, I mean, if we're talking promotions, you know, Martin might be moving on to Scranton. You see Spencer Jones up with the Yankees, with Aaron Jones put on the injured list, and Stanton as well. Jason Dominguez, former Somerset Patriot, and Spencer Jones, former Somerset Patriot, roam in the outfield at Yankee Stadium. And so you would think possibly there's a spot for Garrett Martin in Scranton.
Plus, with the trade deadline coming up, trades and all of that action hasn't really gotten underway yet across the MLB in a way that we know it will start to heat up soon. Interested to see how that shakes things up around the Eastern League.
It hasn't heated up yet, but boy, are the rumors piping hot. Here's the first pitch to Gladney, misses inside for ball one. Remember when apparently Marcelo Meyer was going to San Diego a couple weeks ago? No shortage of rumors, and it does affect the clubhouse a little bit. Everyone's a little bit on edge, but trying to just, as they say, stay where their feet are, despite the rumors. As the 1-0 pitch skied high to shallow left center field. Arias backpedals and makes the catch for the final out in the top of the 8th. Patriots strand a runner in scoring position. Portland continues to lead 6-2 on the Sea Dogs Radio Network, presented by Verizon.
I went through a bad divorce. My ex handled all the finances and ruined my credit. A coworker said, try your local credit union.
And he hits a ground ball to the second baseman. Almer has to sprint to first because the first baseman's not there. And a feet first slide, he hangs on, and the side is retired.
So without further ado, snap on your time goggles and prepare to zoom 1,000 years into the future. The D-backs are still the D-backs, though now they're represented by a robotic techno-snake, and the Cubs have embraced their future amongst the stars, now being represented by Ursa Major. Minneapolis was the first to establish relations with our extraterrestrial friends. The Rays are the cosmic rays, flying through space in their devil ray-shaped spacecraft.
You could describe Tulsa as a big, small town or a small, big city.
Tulsa is a very mixed city of arts and film and sports. I mean, it's a true melting pot of all kinds of things.
Professional baseball in Tulsa, it's actually older than the state of Oklahoma.
It's nice to play in front of, fans that you see on a daily basis.
Gosh, we've gone to Sea Dogs games since we were kids.
I've been coming to see the Sea Dogs for the last 30 years. Great experience.
Everybody here is just bends over backwards to help people out.
6-2 over the Somerset Patriots. Just an absolutely gorgeous night in Portland. Sea Dogs with 6 runs on 7 hits, 1 error in the field. Somerset with 2 runs on 6 hits and no errors. Nate Baez will lead things off for the Sea Dogs against the right-hander and Chase Cheney. Pitch misses, or rather it's a called strike on the inside part of the plate. Baez tonight 0 for 3. Baez now sends it high to right field. Gladney drifts back. 1 away. There is Johan Fran Garcia. Cheney, 26 years old, 6'1", 199 pounds. Features a 4-seamer, 2-seamer, sweeper, cutter, slider, and a curveball. Wide variety of pitches for the right-hander. Mostly because he is a starting pitcher. As Garcia sends it foul right side into the seats for strike 1. And wow, I think off the light pole down the right field line. But the Patriots have no shortage of starting pitching. They have way more starters than games in a week. So you see a lot of piggybacking. Just like here as the pitch misses inside and backs Garcia off the plate a little bit. But he's made 7 starts for Somerset this season alone. 11 appearances in total. This is outside, ball 2. And I guess in a way that would help your bullpen. You piggyback, and you expect Cheney to finish out this inning, obviously, and you don't use 2 pitchers, and they're both starters. Give your bullpen an extra day off on a Friday as the username swings and misses, and the count evens 2-2. Johan Fran, the younger brother of Justinson Garcia, former Sea Dog and current Pittsburgh Pirate. And Justinson was nicknamed the Password, and so for Johan Fran, he was dubbed the username. He really likes it. Just like Justinson enjoys hearing the password. It's the 2-2. This is high and inside, ball 3. Last season there were T-shirts made for the Sea Dogs with the password on them, and I think sooner rather than later we might have the username here as well. We have El Jefe for Franklin Arias.
It's in their Instagram bios, the brothers. Justinson, the password. Johan Fran, the username. Johan Fran loves to talk about his brother, too. Sometimes you could feel with siblings there might be a sense of competition or trying to measure yourself up to each other. They just are so proud of each other.
Yeah, we were hoping that they would overlap like the Earharts did, as that was a really special moment to see those 2 brothers together. We were hoping that the Garcias would have the same opportunity, but Johan Fran had an injury last year, and Justinson just was absolutely raking, a lot like what Johan Fran is doing right now. But Justinson went up to Worcester pretty early on, and so Johan Fran and Justinson never had the opportunity, at least in Portland. Never say never. Garcia fouls it back and into the seats, and the count stays full. Someone is very excited about that foul ball. The 3-2 misses low and inside, ball 4. And the username is Walk as Garcia takes first, and that brings up Miguel Blaze.
It's a really solid at-bat from him. You don't see that a lot from Garcia, especially since he's been hitting so well lately. You can tell he's searching for that pitch up there, but that at-bat was very competitive. Laid off on a couple balls outside the zone, fouled off some pitches he was unsure about, ends up on base.
Over at first, reaches base for the second time tonight. First pitch swinging from Blaze. Here comes another foul ball down to our right. For strike 1. Everyone in this section is on high alert now. And here comes another back into the seats. Almost caught. I saw that one. He almost barehanded it. Well, Blaze trying to make some contact. That was a slider again from Cheney. Runner at first, and Johan Fran Garcia. Swings, and another one foul back. It's like Miguel Blaze is in on the bit at this point. What a reception for a foul ball. Third straight foul ball by Miguel Blaze. Here comes number 4, and it clears the press box. Fastball that time. So Blaze is just making contact with whatever is coming his way. Fastball, slider, doesn't matter the location. Blaze is making contact, just sending them probably the opposite way he wants to send them. Here's the 0-2 again. This one's fair down the third base line. And Morales drops it. Everyone is safe. A routine ground ball. Garcia moves to second. Blaze at first. E5. First error of the night for the Patriots. Here's another look, and it was right there. Glove just a little bit towards his left leg. Inning continues for Marvin Alcantara. Came through in the second with a 2-run double. Two on, one away. Sends it high to center field. Martin moves to his left. Waits and makes the catch. Garcia tags at second. Moves to third. And now there are 2 away for Nelly Taylor.
The right fielder, number 3, Nelly Taylor.
Taylor's had a great night so far. He's showed a lot of patience at the plate. That first single was on an at-bat of over 8 pitches, fouled some off, moved the count full, hit a triple down the first base line, looking really composed at the plate.
Stands in on the left side, only lefty in the lineup tonight for Portland. Watches the first pitch, a curveball outside, a little bit wide of the plate, a called strike. Cheney showed just about his entire arsenal of pitches between Garcia and Blaze, who just kept fouling off pitches. Blaze is off, and the pitch is a called strike on the low and inside corner. No throw down to second. That is his 8th stolen base of the season. That steal is brought to you by Casco Bay Steel, your family-owned steel bridge fabrication company, serving New England for over 20 years. As we've learned the last few nights, no lead is really safe against Somerset, so Portland will move as many runners as possible into scoring position and not let off the gas pedal. no matter the score. Pitch now misses outside, ball one. Little backdoor breaking ball, a check swing, and Taylor did not go around. Taylor taking his time despite having that early 0-2 count. Here's the pitch, a swing and a miss. Strike three, Sea Dogs leave two in scoring position as we head to the top of the ninth. Portland still up by 4 on the Sea Dogs Radio Network, presented by
Barquisimeto, Venezuela, 27-year-old. Here's the pitch. Lined in the shallow right. In comes Pinckney towards the line. Galloping forward, dives! Makes a spectacular catch! Andrew Pinckney lunging out and making a slip and slide grab near the right field foul line for the first out of the bottom of the second. And then Pinckney laying out there and reeling it in. So 1 out to begin the bottom of the second.
You could describe Tulsa as a big, small town or a small, big city.
Tulsa is a very mixed city of arts and film and sports. I mean, it's a true melting pot of all kinds of things.
Professional baseball in Tulsa, it's actually older than the state of Oklahoma.
It's nice to play in front of, fans that you see on a daily basis.
Two. Maduro grounds it towards short. Holiday diving stop, glove flip for 1. What a play! But Ethan Holiday with a spectacular stop.
Ciao! We have some delicious sparkling water crafted in Italy.
You're gonna love this. It's got all the bubbles, it's got all the flavor. It's Ciao from Italy. Real fruit juice.
Who sent you guys?
San Pellegrino. It's Italy, baby.
1-800-QUIT-NOW.
Nick Torres leads things off for the Patriots here in the top of the 9th inning. Sea Dogs go to the bullpen. It is the lefty Eric Rivera to close things out. Rivera takes over for Max Carlson, who was really tremendous across 3 innings of work. I mean, you have to hand it. Yes, we have had a great offensive game with 7 hits, 6 runs scored for Portland, but the pitching has been really, really solid, and that is something that struggled last week in Reading. For Portland, it seemed like pitching wasn't quite there. Even when the offense was putting up high run totals, it seemed like most games. Pitching kept the Fightins in each of those games. And now tonight and this week, things seem to be turning around. As Torres takes the first pitch, a called strike on the inside part of the plate. Rivera, the lefty, 6'2", 200 pounds, 25 years old, out of Puerto Rico. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Carlson's final line, 3 shutout innings, no runs, 2 hits, no walks, and 3 strikeouts. Followed up 5 innings of work by Gage Zeal, who had 9 strikeouts across 5 innings. That's a called strike 3 in the low and outside corner. What a beauty of a pitch by Eric Rivera. The first down the top of the 9th inning.
Third baseman number 14, Cody Morales.
Rivera this year, 0-1 record for the Sea Dogs, a 3.68 ERA, 14 appearances for Portland. First time he is pitching this series against Somerset. This is inside, ball 1. It's a fastball, cutter, changeup, and a curveball. This is inside ball 2. Rivera pitched twice last week in Reading, both multiple innings. And across those 4 innings, only allowed 1 run. Slices it foul left side into the seats for strike 1. 93-mile-an-hour sinker from Rivera that time. Swing and a liner just over Franklin Arias at shortstop into left center field. That's a base hit for Kobe Morales. His first hit of the night. Here's Thomas Frick, the catcher. And Frick had a leadoff single in the 5th inning. Scored an RBI triple by Owen Cobb. That was the second run of the game for the Patriots following that solo home run by Martin in the 1st. Frick takes a strike, low and outside with the sinker at 94, and Rivera can locate that sinker well, especially on those low corners. Sits mid-90s. It's this one on the ground, third base side, Leandro to second. Marvin Alcantara on to first. That's a game-ending 5-4-3 double play. Sea Dogs win tonight 6-2 over the Somerset Patriots. Back-to-back wins now against the Yankees affiliate. Now, if you're sticking with us on the radio side, Perry Kitai will have your post-game show. If you're tuning in on TV, we thank you very much for tuning in for what will be one of a few broadcasts on television this season for the Portland Sea Dogs. Hope you tune in for the rest of the season, and it's of course on MLB TV as well. We'll take a break. Perry will have your post-game show on radio, and if we're signing off on TV as well, thanks so much for having us on. Until next time, so long, everybody.
Swing, and this one out towards left. It gets down, and Jace Bowen has a 1-out single.